I would say I got into watches when I was around 6 years old. At least that's what I remember. Going through the collection of National Geographic belonging to my family. And I realized that many of the watches that I saw on the first pages of advertising were often found on the wrists of the adventurous explorers and mountaineers and divers. And the world was big back then. Everything was new. And I think the watch became a uniform of a hero, if you like. So a hero product. My name is Kristian Haagen. I'm a watch collector. I'm a watch enthusiast. I write articles about watches. I've written 8 books on watches. The last 3 are full of photography from myself. My dad taught me photography when I was a kid. And I remember back then it was analog, so we would develop the film rolls ourselves. My dad's passion for photography and cameras, of course, influenced me. And I must admit, I've been through a plethora of other cameras, but a couple of years ago, I was introduced to Leica, and it changed everything. The Leica effect is immense. The depth, the focus is completely different. Time stands still when you shoot with the M11. So, talking time. I was curious when Leica came out with their watches. The first ones were introduced in 2018, but the ZM11, I think it's a 2023 product, but I have not seen these until 2024. And I was curious because I didn't really understand the why. Of course I understand this, but why this? When they came up with the watches, I was curious. It was a Leica watch. But what is the connection between the camera and the watch? Digging into the history of Leica, which of course is a very rich history, I realized that the founder, Ernst Leitz, was a trained watchmaker from Neuchâtel in Switzerland. But it doesn't stop with the founder of Leica, his son, Ernst Leitz II. He said, "It is decided we will take the risk." See, the risk was, back then, cameras were large. They were so large that they needed a tripod. So Ernst Leitz II, he realized you had to shrink the cameras into what we know today as a camera we can have in our hands. That is a wonderful connection between the camera and the watch. Going from watchmaking to the 35mm format that we know so well today, to the mechanical wristwatch of Leica, there is definitely a connection.